Hi everybody, I'm Sarah with Faith's Homestead, and today we're going to talk about the rising cost of groceries in America. So many of us are dealing with such tremendous emotional drain in the grocery store. I, for one, know I have 3 children at home and I know how expensive the things that they love are. And so guys, today we're going to talk about how can we go into the grocery store and combat the mental and emotional fatigue that we're facing, the stress to get to the checkout aisle to know that we've spent $200 and we've gotten 4 bags of groceries. We're going to talk about all of that today and how we can really fix it. How can we go into the grocery store this week and buy things that our family needs and can use and spend less money? If you guys don't mind, please like and subscribe right now so you can be up to date on all things Faith Homestead. And let's dive right into it, guys. So last week I asked you to put together a budget. And if you've been following along with the series so far, you've known that we've talked about our Inflation Frugality Series. And the thing that I really wanted you guys to work on last week was to really put a budget together, get all your budget categories and kind of see what's coming in and what's going out and where are we left? What do we have left? Especially we're combating I feel like every single day you turn around and we've raised prices in the grocery store down the street. I mean, I don't know if you guys have discount grocery stores around you, but I have been shopping like so much discount grocery because I need to stay within a certain budget for my family, and the fatigue is real. A year ago, I was even doing Walmart delivery because it was just so convenient, but I'm finding myself now having to go to multiple grocery stores, and we're going to get into that. And although it's a little bit of a change and it does take time and it does take time away from your family, we have to combat this insane rising prices that we're dealing with every single day. So we're going to talk about how to do that. So if you created a budget, like I asked you, you kind of talked to maybe your spouse or just looked at your bank statements and saw how much money you were spending on groceries, let's say in the month of October, maybe you did September. Well, let's decide that you spent, let's say $800 on your, let's say family of 4 in the month of October. You spent $800 on groceries. You didn't really have a budget. You kind of just looked at your bank statements and you noticed that you spent around $800. Well, that's great that you now know that that's about the average of what you're spending. But even though I told you to create a budget, I kind of tricked you a little bit. So I apologize. And I'm also going to apologize for one more thing. If you can listen to me, I sound a little funny. I'm getting over a cold. I think it's turning into a sinus infection. So just bear with me. I have some water, so if I have to take a break, that's why. But so basically, I kind of tricked you a little bit when I asked you to create a budget. And don't get me wrong, budgets are necessary. They are a necessity. They are important. If you don't have a budget, you have no idea what's going on. Budgets are kind of like a blueprint to your family's income and expenses and success. It's really a blueprint and it's really important. But can it possibly hinder your debt payments? Like, can it possibly make you paying and getting out of debt a little bit slower? It can, guys, and I'm gonna explain all of that to you. So, like I said earlier, let's say you spent $800 on groceries in the month of October. You spent $800, but did you really need to spend $800, or did you kind of just go to the store and just willy-nilly buy what you needed? And now, don't get me wrong, I know in this day and age, nobody is going into the store and like being like crazy and just buying whatever they want. Nobody is doing that, and so I understand, and I'm not attacking you when I say that. But sometimes when we have a budget of, let's say, $800, we're very comfortable, and we just kind of spend what we spend until we hit that threshold of our budget, right? So what if I told you that instead of spending $800 in November, you could spend $550 in November? Would you believe me? Now, most of you are probably thinking there's no way. There's no way that a family of 4 could spend $550. I would take it further to say that you could, and that you could probably even do a little bit better than that. And how is that even possible? So, this is how it's possible. You need to start paying attention to what is on sale at your grocery store. That's part A. Part B is going to make you uncomfortable, and if you know me, I've already told you that things on this channel may get uncomfortable. And part B is that you might have to kind of reality check yourself and think to yourself that you might just have to do a little bit extra work packing your kids' lunches for school or prepping food on the weekends when you're all home than just kind of taking single serve items and just giving them to your kids. How many of you give your children applesauce pouches, yogurt tubes, yogurt smoothies, cut apples that are in a pouch, ready to go, already peeled, super convenient? That's just a little thing. Like, how many people are giving their kids prepackaged snacks that come in a pack of like 10 in a box? So these are just examples of things that you might have to cut. And I understand convenience is key. We live in a fast-paced world, and it is so much easier just to grab a couple single-served items out of your pantry and out of your fridge and throw them in a lunchbox. But if you add these things up and you compare the ounces that are in the single serves versus the ounces in a larger container, it's a highway robbery. So about a year ago, when I started cutting down even further with my frugality with my children, I had to pull the single serve items away. I was a stay-at-home mom. There was no excuse for me not to be giving my children things that took a little bit more effort. So, and there were some growing pains with that. I remember the first time I bought a big thing of vanilla yogurt, generic brand from my supermarket. I scooped it with a spoon into a little bowl for each of my children. At the time, only 2 of them were eating like that type of food. And then I gave it to them. They were like, "We want our yogurt tubes." And I was like, "I'm really sorry, but we're not having yogurt tubes anymore. We're not having applesauce pouches anymore. This is what we're gonna have." And so what I did for a while was get like little sprinkles and put like little sprinkles on them, and they loved it, and it like made it all better. But there are sometimes going to be things that, have growing pains. Like, let's take peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. How many of you buy Uncrustables for your kids? I know there's people that are watching this right now that buy Uncrustables for their children. Do you know that you can buy probably a $5 cookie cutter or Uncrustable maker cutter thing on the internet, and you can make them for a fraction of the cost? Guys, all it is a loaf of white bread, peanut butter and jelly, and you're spending so much money for that to be nice and pretty in a circular little disc shape and in a little piece of plastic. We really need to change our thinking here. We know that grocery spending is breaking American households right now. But before we can tackle this, we need to know what to do. And so we just talked a little bit about ways to cut, okay? We talked about no more single serve. I'm sorry guys, but you have to stop. If you are watching this video right now, you have found me in some capacity on some social media platform. This is something that is affecting your life. So you need to really, really evaluate whether this advice that I'm giving you is gonna work for you. And I'm telling you, you need to stop buying single serve products. It is a marketing gimmick, it is a scheme, and you have the ability to spend an extra 10 minutes a week to prep your snacks for your kids, okay? Because that's really all it's gonna take. Something that you might also consider is buying generic. And buying generic can actually be a blessing. Did you know that in America, we're like the only country that still uses like food dyes that are linked to all kinds of issues in children? But by going generic, you might actually be pleasantly surprised. we have a grocery store, like I've mentioned a million times already. We have a grocery store, Aldi, and Aldi has all of their cereal is dye-free. And they have a generic Aldi brand, Fruit Loops, Cocoa Puffs, which are my kids' favorites. And they are dye-free and they taste just as good, if not better, than the name brand. So that's just something to consider too. Cereal is out of hand in cost right now. Thankfully, we're not a family that goes through too much, but I did just stock up and I will explain to you what I did. So another thing is, if you are a mother who works outside of the house and you have a job and you have to be there every single day, the crock pot is going to be your best friend and is going to save you a lot of money. You're already tired working all day long, okay? And this goes for stay-at-home moms too. We're tired too, but moms that work outside of the home are already they have been dealing with adults all day. I know stay-at-home moms deal with kids, but it's a different type of fatigue. We both have a different type of fatigue. Coming home, getting your kids at daycare or at school, doing sports, the crock pot is just already there. It's just sitting there and it's ready. And what you can do in advance is you can take some time on Sunday, and I know weekends are precious, but when it comes to saving money for your family, there is some give and take. You can prep a lot of your crock pot meals ahead of time, and you can leave some of them in the refrigerator that are going to be used in the first couple days, and the rest of them can get put in the freezer, and you can pull them out and they can go in the crock pot, and you can have meals that are almost 90 to 100% done for you when you get home. Some of them require a little bit additional, but they're mostly done. It's really helpful and it does save money. So this one is going to hurt people, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time. You need to stop buying frozen food. How many people are I'm going to look at the YouTube algorithm and see how many people just turn the video off at that, because stop buying frozen food. What is she serious? Yes, I am very serious. When it comes to frozen food, it should be extremely limited. The frozen food that you should have in your freezer are discounted meats that you get on Manager Special that you throw in your freezer because you got a great deal. The only exception for frozen food would be if you I think every single child in the United States eats chicken nuggets. I mean, very few children do not eat chicken nuggets. So I understand having chicken nuggets. I mean, I've known kids to only eat chicken nuggets for like years. So I understand that like your kid has to eat. Okay. So I get that. But all of the pizzas and the Hot Pockets and all the ready-made like meals that are like so high in sodium, you got to stop. You got to start making food. And if you have teenagers that are completely incapacitated and are not able to cook for themselves at all, or you just don't trust them to burn your house down, you might have to just tell them that they're just going to have ramen until you get home and can make dinner. And everybody's like, no, ramen's so bad. Ramen's so bad. Guys, ramen is no worse than frozen food. It's actually less ingredients, so it's probably better. But ramen is really inexpensive. It's actually like a lot more expensive than it was a couple years ago. It's a lot more expensive, but it's still affordable and super cheap to buy in bulk. So you might just have to like skip the freezer meals, and they might have to have 2 things of ramen instead of like 5 Hot Pockets. So that's just something to think about too. Okay, so what is the biggest way to not spend $400 at the grocery store in 1 week? Because I know that there are people watching this who are spending between $250 and $400 for their families, of 4 and 5 probably. If you have a bigger family than 5, I can't even comprehend what your grocery bill is, but we're going to talk about it, okay? So I'm not even going to even touch on couponing, because a lot of people, couponing used to be really, really easy. And a few years ago, I was like, I would you could probably consider me an extreme couponer. Those who know me who are watching this are like, yeah, you were. But it's changed. It's changed a lot, and it's not really attainable for most people anymore. And it takes hours and hours, and most people don't have hours and hours. So the way to shop and the way to survive inflation right now is to get your weekly circulars, which you most likely get in the mail, and sit down and figure it out. So for example, we have around where I live in Pennsylvania, where close enough for me to get to, we have Walmart, ShopRite, Acme, Giant, Redner's, I think that's it, and Aldi. And so I don't get a circular from Walmart, but we get circulars for the others. And so what I do is I sit down when they come in and I look and see what is on sale. And guys, I'm going to be honest, the sale prices are nothing compared to what they were 5 years ago or even 2 years ago. It's not the same experience. But you can get a sale of $1.99 per pound for chicken on their sale price, which is like the basic of what it used to be, like without it being on sale. I have not seen chicken for $1.99 per pound in weeks, in months, except for this week. I went to 4 stores today, and I haven't been feeling good, so I had to peel myself out of bed to go and get groceries today. But I was like, I'm not missing these sales. My family depends on it. So I did what I had to do, and you're going to have to do what you have to do too. So I went to multiple stores today. Chicken was on sale for $1.99 per pound at Acme. And so I got a bunch. I got a lot. And I have 2 deep freezers. You might be like, well, I don't have any deep freezers. Well, it's still worth it to get it. And you should get rid of some of the junk in your freezer that is freezer burnt and that you're never going to. I bet you if everybody open their freezers right now, they could find things that were they shouldn't even be in there anymore. You know what I mean? So, but it's not even just frozen food, it's canned food. A lot of people, aren't really into canned food because of sodium, but so many canned vegetables today are no salt added. It's so great. You can get so many vegetables that have no sodium in them. So that whole they're so bad for you, they're so high in sodium, that's a thing of the past, because companies are starting to catch on to the consumer, and they know that people don't want salt in their canned foods. So you can get healthy canned vegetables for very cheap. And so you don't have to have your entire freezer full of vegetables. Okay, you can buy some fresh and have that in your refrigerator, but then you can buy canned vegetables that don't have any sodium. So let's do that. Let's start making decisions that are actively helping you instead of hurting you. So today they had canned vegetables on sale, and it was buy 5 get 5 free at one of the stores. I forget what store it was, but it was buy 5 get 5 free. That is so cheap. I was literally getting vegetables for I think it was 65 cents a can. That's a great price. Sorry, there's a fly in my house. How are they still alive? It's November. But if you live on the East Coast, it's been 75 degrees for the last 2 days. So they're coming out of the ground or something. I have no idea. But so I'm going to do a video of the haul that I got today. But I went to four stores. And I got quadruple. I'm not even exaggerating. I got quadruple what my family normally would get for a week. And I paid a quarter of the price of what I would normally pay if I went to one store. Now, of course, some things were not on sale. I actually had to go to 3 stores to find lettuce today, which was actually extremely alarming to me. I eat salads every single night, salads for dinner are my huge thing with a side of protein. And I could not find romaine lettuce anywhere. I had to go to 3 stores, but finally found some. That was a little scary. I was like, this can't happen. We need lettuce. We need lettuce to eat every single day. So you need to pull out your circulars and you need to sit there and you need to be like, okay, so they have chicken broth on sale. They have canned beans on sale. They have this fruit on sale. For example, Christmas is coming. We all need batteries, don't we? We all need batteries, right? Acme today had batteries for $1.99 for a 12-pack. I'm going to get them and show you. I'll be right back. $1.99 a piece. It's cheaper than Amazon, guys. It's cheaper than Amazon Basics. This is less than half price. So, I mean, of course, it was limited to AA, AA, and AAA, however you want to say that. My husband says I say that wrong, but tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. It's AA and AAA, right? He thinks I should say AAA and AA. I think he's wrong, but okay. So AAA and AA. So it was like a limit to a certain amount. So I got like what the limit was. But then I was thinking about it and I was like, this price is better than Amazon Basics. And it's Kodak. I mean, it's not like it's like the dollar store brand. So it's great. You know what I mean? Like there are deals. So here's the point. Okay. Yeah. I spent what, like $15, I don't know, $16 on batteries today, but I am good. Like, we're good. All their toys, like, and then some. I mean, I'm not gonna ever put that many batteries in toys right now, but we are gonna have batteries now for a while. So it's worth going and spending a few extra dollars to then not have to like go out the week before Christmas and pay like literally $10 for like 4 Duracell batteries, because that's what you're gonna do, because they know that you need those batteries, and you bet your booty that they're not gonna put them on sale right before Christmas. Do you know what I mean? So that's just something to think about. And obviously, it's healthier to eat fresh foods. We all know this. You're still gonna have to buy your produce, okay? But instead of going to a store to buy your produce, see if there are produce like junctions near you, places that just sell produce. They're gonna be better priced. We have a place about 10 minutes from here that they just sell fruits and vegetables, and the prices are so much better. And yes, when you're tired, the last thing you wanna do is spend an extra 20 minutes to go to a different store. But guys, we are in times right now where we just have to do that. It's not like it was. The world is, and it's not supposed to be. If you're a believer, you know that it's not supposed to get better. So, we just kind of have to do our thing right now and just, kind of go day to day and just make the best of it, So I understand, like, and I know some of you are probably thinking, well, I have teenagers, like am I supposed to just cut out all of their snacks? Like I have little kids that really like these Dorito chips. I'm not saying that, but here's another example. Today they had Tostitos on sale for $1.99 per bag. You had to buy 4. So like you had to spend the money to buy 4. You had to do it, okay? But if you know that a bag of Tostitos normally costs $6, you might want to buy 20 bags of Tostitos. I didn't buy that much because we don't go through that many bags of chips. Like I don't eat them, but like my kids a little bit, but my husband's the one that really likes the Tostitos. But I did buy a few bags because the price of Doritos is like $6 a bag. I think it's like $5.98. So those are the things that are worth it. You might not have to buy them now for another 4 months. And that saves you so much money in the long run. You have to think about these things. So I know that this may seem unrealistic to some. 1 second. But this is the truth, guys. And I know change is hard, but sometimes it's necessary. And I know deep down you understand what I'm saying, but you're thinking that your life is already so tough right now and that you have no time at all. How am I going to come up with time to go to 3 different stores? Or how am I going to come up with time to make meals from scratch? you're gonna have to get creative. We all are. It's not just you, it's all of us. Instead of something else, like instead of buying like the rice-a-roni that come in like the little like 5-ounce boxes, you might just have to buy white rice and season it and get creative with spices, because it is so much cheaper to buy a big bag of white rice than it is to buy all these like these like, is it Knorr, Knorr sides and like the rice-a-roni sides. You have to think about that. Butter is like through the roof right now. Aldi, I feel like I should just sponsor them because I think I've said their name like 12 times, but Aldi, I think Wednesday are having a butter sale. It's for one day only. So if you're seeing this video and you live on the East Coast and you have an Aldi, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99.9% sure it's on Wednesday of this week. Double check your circulars. They're having butter on sale and it's not even a great price. I think it's either $2.49 or $2.99 a pound. And 2 years ago, it was like $1.80 a pound, okay? But we know that butter right now, when it's not on sale, is like $5 a pound. So guess what? I'm gonna go to Aldi on Wednesday night after I pick my son up, or after I drop my son off to Bible study. I'm going to go and I'm going to stock up on butter. That's what I'm gonna do. Like, it is what it is. Like, this is where we're at. Something else, and I'm going to talk more about this once I get off of the Inflation Frugality series and I start talking about more homesteading. Things like saving and reserving your bacon fat and your beef fat after you cook. You can use coffee filters and you can drain the fat off and you can use that in place of oils and butter. When you saute vegetables or, make marinades, you can use all those things. You can research all of that. It's really helpful. This one's probably also going to bug a lot of you, but we need to stop using so many paper products. Paper products are lovely and fast and convenient, and they save us a lot of laundry, but they're really expensive. I think paper towels right now on sale, like when you're like really getting lucky, are like $7 on sale. It's really unaffordable. If you're getting a pack of paper towels or two, adding it to your grocery budget, that's like it's over 12 bucks. Like, you just poof, 12 bucks, like right onto your grocery bill. 2 packs of paper towels on sale. If they're not on sale, 15, 20, poof, right onto your grocery bill. Guys, it's not sustainable. Like, we know this, it's not sustainable. So you might also have to start buying bulk bar soap. I know, like, Sarah, like, who has used bar soap in like over a decade? Guess who started using bar soap like 2 years ago? We did, because the price of like liquid, like body wash it's not affordable anymore. And I don't even care. Like, if I was rich, like, I still can't even like comprehend doing it. So we stopped and I went on Amazon. Well, actually I did price checking. I checked through Walmart first because I feel like Walmart is like 9 times out of 10 like the home run with deals. But Amazon had Ivory, like Ivory, which is 99.99% pure. Look it up. Ivory. It's hyperloud. It's the most gentle bar soap around, and it's super inexpensive. I got a box of like 40 bars of soap, I think, for like 20 bucks. I'm not even kidding. I think it was like 50 cents a bar, or even less. I can't even remember. I'll have to find it and like let you guys know. But it's gonna last us a while, and it's like the scent is so mild that it's like great for the whole family. So yeah, you might have to start switching your skincare over from Ulta or Avon if you still use that. Most of you guys probably go to Ulta for your stuff, right? I think I've been in an Ulta like twice in my life, so I can't relate. But I will say that instead of using those, you might have to switch over and start using like Walmart generic. You guys are probably like, this lady is crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm telling you, this is how you pay off your debt. And this, in one day, when you guys are debt free and you are living a life that is so carefree because you are out of debt and you're traveling and you're doing all these things, it's because of the bar soap and the generic skincare, guys. That is the reason why you're where you are now. Okay? Just saying. So I use the Walmart brand for like all my skincare. I was using like the Ordinary company or the Ordinary brand. I don't know, the Ordinary. I was getting that on Amazon, like their Alpha Arbutum and like stuff like that. I was using it from the internet, but it's too expensive. I'm not doing it anymore. I think I bought it like 4 years ago because I was asking around because I was like, I have a 30-plus-year-old face now and I need stuff that's better than like Clean and Clear. So help a sister out. And so I was ordering all this stuff, but then I realized that the Walmart generics of all those things, just as good, guys. My skin's not perfect, but it's not horrible. Just, I don't have any like breakouts or anything. So just things like that. Where you live. Do you have discount grocery stores near you? We are very limited here, which is really a shame. I would have to go into like the city to get discount grocery stores, and I'm not really wanting to do that because it's a little bit far and it's just so much traffic. It probably wouldn't equal out with like the amount of gas that I was spending to like be in the city. But we have this thing called Flash Food in Pennsylvania, and basically before the store is gonna toss everything, they mark it down by 50% and put it in this cooler, this big like refrigerator case at the front of the store. And there's an app, and you can go onto the app and you can claim the things that you want and pay for them and then go pick them up. And then as soon as you get them, if they're expiring in the next day or so, you can just freeze them or use them. And so I buy all my meat on that. We have, if we want chicken and there's no chicken on the Flash Food app, we're not having chicken this week. And that's kind of the reality, guys. If you really want a steak, and steaks are $20 a pound, it's a priority. It's what's more important to you. Is the financial health of your family more important, or is the steak more important than your family? These are the facts. These are the facts. Make inexpensive desserts. You can do a lot with quick oats and a lot with rice. You should look up some recipes. You don't have to be spending $1 million on all these expensive products. You can make a lot of really, really good desserts with quick oats and rice. So just a thought, just a thought. Make markdowns your BFFs. I mean, if you go into a store, the only thing that you should be doing when you first walk into the store is doing the perimeter, going right past the entrance, moving right onto the meat section and just scoping out manager specials. That is the only thing that you should be doing. And then once you get all the things that you can get, best times for that I think are Monday and Wednesday very early in the morning. After that, then you can go on with your shopping the way that you would normally go on with your shopping. So I really hope that helps, guys. And I know that I'm pretty harsh with some of these things, but this is just what it's gonna take right now. And you are so capable of making these little improvements every single day, intentional improvements, that you are going to be so proud of yourself when you cut your bill by $100, by $200, by $300 in half. You are going to be so proud of yourself. So I really hope that I helped you guys today. I hope that you find a new sense of ability to tackle these things. It is overwhelming, and frankly it can just be downright awful sometimes, to be a mom and to be a woman in this society where a majority of these task loads are on us. For the most part, my husband would gladly go grocery shopping, but he is working full time, so I choose to make that my responsibility. But it's a lot sometimes because I'm trying to honor the money that he brings to our household, and I'm trying to stretch that as far as it can go. And that can be a daunting task sometimes. But guys, all of these tips that I gave you, I know that you're capable of implementing. And so next week, we're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit more about just the state of the world right now. And I'm going to have my husband on. He's going to be here with me. I'm going to see if we could possibly get a different space to do this. I'm not really super thrilled with being in the kitchen right now. I'm in the kitchen in the breakfast nook. The lighting's not super great, but I really want to talk to you guys with him about some other money saving tips and just basically frugality and kind of what we're going to bring to this channel and kind of like our goals and kind of like where we're at with this. So again, thank you for tuning in. And I'm Sarah with Faith Homestead. And if you would, please like this video and subscribe, share it, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.